The last light on Maple Street. The street lamp at the corner of Maple and 7th had been flickering for 3 nights. Everyone noticed, but no one reported it. In a small town like this, you learn to live with things that aren't quite right. Mara usually cut through the alley behind the old pharmacy to get home faster. Tonight the moon was new, the sky oil black, and the alley smelled of wet cardboard and something sweeter, like rotting fruit. She kept her phone flashlight on, sweeping the beam across graffiti and overflowing dumpsters. Halfway through, the street lamp at the far end, the one that should have been dead, snapped on. Not flickered. Snapped. Hard white light. Surgical. The kind that makes your pupils shrink to pinpricks. Mara froze. The light didn't waver. It didn't buzz. It simply stared. She told herself it was a power surge, some late-night lineman finally fixing it. She took another step. The light blinked. Not like a bulb dying. Like an eye closing, then opening again, deliberate, slow. Her stomach dropped. She turned to go back the way she came. The alley mouth behind her was gone. Just brick wall now, seamless, the same dirty red as the rest of the alley, as though the entrance had never existed. Her phone flashlight trembled across it, finding nothing but mortar and old tags. She spun back toward the street lamp. It was closer. Not much, maybe 5 feet, but closer. The metal pole hadn't moved. The concrete base hadn't cracked. Yet the light was nearer, brighter, the circle of illumination tightening around her like a noose. She ran. The alley was longer than it should have been. She'd walked it 100 times. It was maybe 40 yards end to end. Now it stretched. Her sneakers slapped wet pavement that hadn't been wet before. Her breath burned. Behind her, the light didn't chase so much as it simply arrived. Every time she glanced back, it was closer still, silent, patient. She reached the brick wall where the exit should have been and pounded on it. Nothing gave. She screamed once, short, sharp, then stopped because the scream sounded wrong, swallowed like the alley had teeth. The light was directly overhead now. She pressed her back to the wall, chest heaving. The beam poured down on her, so bright it hurt, bleaching every shadow out of existence. No place to hide. No dark left at all. And then she saw it. In the center of the light, something was standing, not on the ground, floating an inch above it. Tall, thin, the color of wet concrete. No face, just a smooth oval where features should have been. But it had arms, long ones. And at the end of each arm, instead of hands, there were more lamps. Smaller versions of the street lamp, glowing the same merciless white. They tilted toward her, curious. Mara's phone died. The screen went black. The alley was lit only by the thing above her now. One of the smaller lamps drifted closer, slow as a falling feather. It hovered inches from her face. She could see her own reflection in its glass. Eyes wide, mouth open, skin paper white. The reflection blinked. She didn't. The lamp limb tilted, almost gently, the way a child might examine a moth pinned to cork. Then it flared, brighter, hotter, and Mara felt the heat pour in her skull like boiling water. She didn't scream again. There was no need. The next morning the street lamp at Maple and 7th was steady, bright, perfectly normal. Kids walked past it on their way to school. A delivery driver leaned against the pole while he checked his phone. No one noticed the faint scorch mark on the concrete base. The shape of 2 bare feet burned black. No one noticed that the alley was 40 yards long again. And no one noticed that the light, when it caught the right angle, reflected a face that wasn't quite the right shape anymore. Just for a second, just long enough to smile.